Hello, CNN. This is only news to you because you guys speak through others. You guys are insulated, and then because your sources inter-brnach are recorded crimes with Russians through decades, through more than decades. Since before anyone was alive, they were already here with Russian families. Same ones involved with on-off CCSU intercities, with on-off the state judicial branch offices in my city, involved racketeering inter-campuses of each age. They're kept needing to hide line progressions. So there are corners on Griswold Street. There's a corner on Griswold Street and Maple Street. Has a Peruta family, a Tom Peruta and a John Peruta, I think. I never had a conversation with John Peruta. I never had one time when I was in grammar school. I had a conversation with the Tom Peruta at that house. I don't know if they still who lives there, their parents or whatever. I don't know if they're Russian or American. I mean, it must be Americans. But he repeated that he was Russian in the context. And that's also people involved with another lady who said she's Russian, what with doctors and various natures of courts and their families involved with the principal sex offenders campus. These same ones involved further with corners on that Griswold Street. These same ones involved on and off the house on the corner of Church Street and Main Street in Old Wethersfield. And from there all the way to CCSU, Central Connecticut State University, on and off Paul Maynard Ford Drive. They also had that involved with police, like with tow companies and stuff like that. Involved with racketeering, where people are going to walk, where they know where they're going to walk, because they're covering up line progressions from their racketeering uses of child campuses. In conjunction with CCSU, UConn, with a whole bunch of families associated with racketeering with the young kids, with courts, with doctors, and with the principal sex offenders campus, first more and further. That's CCSU's crimes forced not to be told on. These are on and off CCSU Paul Manafort Drive. CNN also has racketeering with these Russian families. People that forge names, switching names. All kinds of medical racketeering, forging names, switching names. They're kind of racket. That's also judicial racketeering. Various natures of courts and their families. Recorded delusions, wrought, and racketeering acts rolls. Now this is since before. This is right through elections. This is right through parties. They play whoever becomes president, and they made that worse when they played our first black president, because they've been playing science with their physical delusions, force respected since founding with their sequence racketeering. CCSU knows that they have a whole bunch of men and women that are involved with the police that are first involved with racketeering. Everyone's speaking to other people, pretend they perceive things that way, criminally. Just faking things, sequence racketeering tied to that too. Pretend they knew you before that. All these we have all the people tied to the inter-brnach, like the prisons, also trained on and off CCSU, military, foreign and domestic. Justin Klavinskis also recorded, confessed, and demonstrated he rolls with a Oliveri family, and with Olsen people from my town. I barely know. Involved with racketeering with databases with them, on and off Trinity College, on and off CCSU with them, on and off the apartments next to them with other foreign and domestic military, also involved with military racketeering acts. Various natures of courts, police, associated military, associated with Eric Burgess. Promised that he would tell the truth when this came up. And that was since before the World Trade Center attack. They have racketeering acts rolls intercities with these same ones, interstates. These are also people involved with racketeering with the families that were inside the Ninth Circuit. People tied to them that were inside the Ninth Circuit right before the World Trade Center attack. Not only were they, in other words, they also were involved with proven afterwards, right before the Trade Center attack, in the Ninth Circuit Court right next to them. They had shown the panel of judges post-dated documents from inside the court. They had been handed in on time stamped to the Ninth Circuit. And then we went to the trial there right before the World Trade Center attack in Manhattan, right next to the World Trade Center towers where they were standing. They built shock and awe. They built everyone defend that. This is certain kind. This keeps everyone used remote. All victim predators, blaming other people as predators without being able to show the victim. No one lets the victim told because of that. It's because they need CNN to pretend it's personal. They know recorded a whole bunch of people. Heather Hansen and other houses on Church Street also, not just the house at the end of Church Street and Main Street. Recorded with two with an English teacher, also with acting teacher, her friend. Whole bunch of people tied to that guy too. Frankie Reese. People from all these different countries involved racketeering with deans and with their family members. And with drugs and stuff like that, that's how they get them. They keep them needing to hide lie progressions, individually grouped together. Now, these are people with a whole bunch of people at New Britain Superior Court involved with racketeering with them. New Britain, Connecticut is where CCSU is. On and off CCSU is Paul Manafort Drive. They're involved with foreign and domestic military like Kuwait. They're involved with foreign and domestic military like our own. Whole bunch of ways. Involved through time, racketeering. And then in the Trade Center attack. And then since that was used to hide it, they have to hide that now. So they have to pretend allegations about people, what people say. They're making allegations with people because they know it's what I say is true. That's why they're forging names and switching names in courts, and that's why they make confessions inter-brnach. They use those confessions afterwards to pretend you had a reaction to it, attach you to fake words. Now, these are also a whole bunch of people with two Mendez police brothers, on and off Wethersfield Police Department, on and off New Britain Superior Court, falsified police reports, fake recorded things by the police, with a principal sex offender, since proven. They forced that, not told on, and more. Those are still also people involved with racketeering with Sandy Hook, with the principal sex offenders campus in my town. As the ones in the city involved, also with Soto family, they involved with racketeering with them. I don't even know the Soto family. They made confessions tied to that. Now, these are also people involved on and off all colleges and universities and natures and campuses like fire departments, kept needing to hide lie progressions in relationship to each age of fact, treatment, nature, in relationship to databases, in relationship to where you're going to walk, in relationship to your database placements. They exploit that. We are not alone here. So respond for them. They're involved with a whole bunch of people, my new and past neighbors, also on and off CCSU, on and off Trinity College, involved with them with on and off campuses, untimely deaths, connected, and racketeering uses of that. So CNN, do what's right and follow mandated law. Stop making allegations against people who with judges and with police criminally, while you guys are stacking more lies, more evidence racketeering acts into databases. Let's go, all right! Pretend you can do an election now. Don't pretend.